Adrian Cole had lived most of his life with everything money could buy: penthouse views, private cars, a company worth billions, and a reputation that turned heads everywhere he went. But none of it mattered the moment his phone buzzed that night. He had just returned from a 3-day business trip, exhausted and craving nothing more than a hot shower and his wife, Elena's warm smile. She always waited for him at the door, arms open, teasing him about spending too much time with work and not enough with her. Loving her wasn't a choice, it was instinct. But tonight the penthouse was silent. No lights. No dinner on the stove. No Elena. A strange coldness crawled up Adrian's spine. Their home had never felt this empty before. "Elena?" he called, loosening his tie as he walked through the apartment. "Honey, I'm back." No response. At first he thought she was asleep, but the bedroom was untouched, her phone was missing, her purse was gone, and the balcony doors were left unlocked, something she never did. His heartbeat thundered. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Just then his phone rang. A blocked number. "Mr. Cole?" A trembling voice spoke. "Your wife. She's in trouble. She's in the old market alley. You need to come fast." Before Adrian could ask who it was, the call disconnected. He stood frozen for a split second, shock punching the air from his lungs. Then instinct took over. He grabbed his jacket, sprinted to the elevator, and barked at his driver. "Get me to Old Market Alley now." The drive was a blur, traffic lights, honking cars, flashing neon signs, but Adrian saw none of it. His thoughts ran faster than the city lights streaking by. Who were those men from the charity gala? The ones who kept staring at Elena like she was a prize? Had they followed her? He clenched his fist till his knuckles turned white. If someone had touched her— "Sir," the driver whispered, "we're here." Adrian's door opened before the car even stopped completely. He stumbled onto the cracked pavement, breath fogging the cold night air. The alley was dimly lit by a broken street lamp, the faint smell of garbage and wet concrete filling his nose. That's when he saw her. "Elena," his voice broke. She lay curled against the wall, her hair messy, dress torn, face bruised as if she had been thrown aside like trash. Her fingers trembled, and when she lifted her head, he saw the fear in her eyes, the kind he'd never seen in their 12 years together. "Adrian," she whispered weakly. I tried to get away." He dropped to his knees so fast the rough ground scraped his skin. He didn't feel it. All he felt was her. "I'm here," he breathed, lifting her gently into his arms. "You're safe now. No one will ever touch you again, I promise." Hot tears stung her cheeks as she buried her face into his chest. Adrian felt something inside him crack, an anger so deep, so primal, it almost scared him. "Elena," he whispered, "who did this to you?" The hospital room hummed softly with the steady beep of monitors. Elena lay on the bed, her bruises cleaned, her hair gently brushed back by the nurses. But even with the warmth of the blankets and the safety of the room, she trembled whenever the door opened. Adrian hadn't left her side since they arrived. He sat beside her bed, elbows resting on his knees, head bowed. His suit was still stained with dirt from the alley, his shirt torn at the sleeve. He looked nothing like the polished billionaire the world knew. He looked like a man who had seen hell. When the doctor entered, Adrian rose immediately. "Tell me everything," he demanded. "She's stable," the doctor said softly. "Shock, minor injuries, exhaustion, but the emotional trauma will be the hardest part." Adrian swallowed hard. "She will recover," he said, not as a question, but a declaration. "She has you," the doctor replied. "That helps more than medicine." When the doctor left, Elena shifted slightly, wincing. Adrian sat back down and gently took her hand. "Do you want to tell me what happened?" he asked quietly. She stared at their intertwined fingers. "I went to the charity office because you forgot your files," she whispered. "On my way to the car, Damon and his men cornered me. He said he wanted to give you a message." Adrian's jaw clenched so tight it hurt. "Why didn't he come to me directly?" he growled. Elena's voice cracked. "Because hurting you wasn't enough. He wanted to hurt who you love." The words stabbed straight through him. He stood abruptly, pacing the floor as if the silence itself suffocated him. "He thinks he can intimidate me," he muttered. "He thinks I'll hand him my company. He thinks he owns the city." He turned to her, eyes dark, voice low. He just made the biggest mistake of his life. Elena's eyes widened. Adrian, please don't do anything reckless. He softened instantly. No, he said gently, brushing her cheek. I won't put you at risk again, but I also won't let him roam free. He held her gaze. I will end this, legally, publicly, and permanently. But even as he said the words, he knew the law wasn't enough. Damon had crossed a line no courtroom verdict could fix. At midnight, when Elena finally fell asleep, Adrian stepped outside the hospital. The cold night wrapped around him, and for a moment he let the wind cool the fire inside him. His phone buzzed. Unknown number again. He answered sharply. Who is this? It's me, a rough voice said. The guy who called you earlier. Adrian's spine straightened. You were there? Yes, I worked near the alley. I saw what they did to her. The voice broke. No wife deserves that. Listen, I recognized one of the men. Who? Adrian asked, voice turning razor sharp. A guy named Victor Hale, Damon's cousin. Adrian's blood ran cold. Where can I find him? He asked. There was a pause. You didn't get this information from me. A text appeared with an address. An abandoned,